As you know, Michael, having done this for a very long time, that people who trade in information have to sometimes infuse their language with a hedge or two because, nothing's concrete, nothing's given. So teams make plans, players are expected to, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
This is in the all-time Hall of Fame version of that. This was yesterday about Westbrook and Harden, where they said that they had not requested a trade at this point, but yet, what was the phrase that was used, Chris?
Plausible eventual possibility.
That was it.
Wasn't that great?
Incredible.
That's like the triple Lindy right there, and now here we have it.
I never heard that one before.
It looks like Russell's done it, right? That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And if I'm the Rockets, I'm grateful for it because that team's not going anywhere. It's been a fun run. They've tried it and tried it and tried it, various iterations, whether it was Dwight Howard, whether it was Chris Paul, whether it was a cup of coffee with Carmelo Anthony, and now Russell Westbrook. Good run. But the band's broken up. And if you got two guys or even one of those guys coming to you looking for a way out, I'm obliging them because, they're not contending for a championship. They're spinning their wheels. And now come to find out it's been dysfunctional on top of all of that. The issue is going to be, what can you get for Russell Westbrook in that albatross of a contract? If somebody like the Knicks or the Hornets wants to give you anything, I'm jumping at that opportunity. And frankly, I'm asking Harden if he's sure he wants to stick it out, because I'm open to trading Harden. The talk about words that kind of jump out. The idea of them being protective of Harden and Westbrook, like why? Protective of winning 44 games, protective of losing in the second round? It's like they want to break it up, blow it up, tear it all down. That's where I'm at if I'm Houston.
Now, if you're Houston, Morey covets Harden. Who would you from the Sixers ask back? Who would you take back? Let's just play this out.
If I were the Rockets and I was talking to the Sixers, who would I want back?
Correct.
I want Embiid. It starts with Embiid. I don't think that's a contest for me in terms of the better player between him and Simmons. It starts with Embiid. But if they won't trade one of their stars, and you're just trying to, and that's the thing, if you're trying to unload Harden, then you want as many picks as you can get out of the Sixers, and as many of their young pieces as they'll give you. But if you're looking star for star, which I doubt the Sixers would be interested in,
right?
Then I would pick Embiid. But my thing is with Houston is you're not going to get likely equal value for James Harden. You're also not in a position with the lack of assets that they have, given what they've done to try to build a team around him. You're not in a position to improve your team. So you may have to take less for Harden if you're Houston under the guise of building your future. They won 44 games last year. You know who else won 44 games last year? The Thunder. Like, take a page out of Sam Presti's book and say, you know what? Give me all your picks for my star. And granted, they got Chris Paul back in the Westbrook trade, but Sam Presti seems to have figured out how to keep this thing moving and not compromise his future. If nothing else, set himself up for the long run while still being competitive. So take a page out of that book.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.